can't even skate right now. Initially, I was planning to make a skate video, but I don't think today's the right time for that. At 3:45 p.m. today, I received the news from my mom that my grandma had passed away. She died in her late 80s due to kidney failure. I mean, I guess I should be relieved, right? Grandma has been immobilized and suffered in her bed for nearly 6 years or so, slowly declining from a stroke she had sometime during 2010. But yet, there's this lingering sadness that snowballs as time goes by, and it only gets bigger and bigger as I sit here, unable to tame this monster called grief, slowly devouring the every crevice of my mind and spirit. Grandma was the last grandparent to have lived in our family. So instead, I want to take this time to dedicate this video for her, my attempt of taming that grief into something tangible, as well as honoring her in some form or shape. So let's begin. My early memories of Bang Wai, Grandma in Viet, probably stemmed somewhere when I was 7 or 8. You see, I was never really close to Grandma, and I think it mainly had to do a lot with the language barrier and the fact that she has this strict maternal persona. But the thing that made her so special to me was the fact that she was able to bring all these families together. Aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone. Grandma lived at Grand Plaza Senior Apartment, which is a residential complex located in Los Angeles, Chinatown, like literally just right across the street from the Disney Concert Hall. The complex was catered to senior citizens, kind of like a dorm for college students, but except for the elderlies. And here you'll normally find seniors playing badminton, watching Chinese drama together, or Tai Chi early in the morning. However, my grandma was a bit of an introvert, and I don't think I actually remember her doing any group activities. She spent most of her time by herself, watching Chinese opera in her room on that standard definition television, or eating one of her favorites, betel leaves. Fun fact, my parents would always call her Ba Chao, which in literal translation in Viet means betel lady. As a kid, my only conversation memories were repetitions of "te bang wai," which is a proper way of greeting a senior, and in this case my grandma, or "Chúc mừng năm mới bang wai," which means Happy New Year's, Grandma. And that was it. But you see, to me it was more than just a phrase. Happy New Year's stirs up this image of my grandma's place. And to me, her place was a family hub, a sacred refuge where I can gather pieces of my family's history. A place where I get to learn about what my folks were like and what Vietnam was like before the war. She was the key holder to all my family history, the last generation of her kind. So when Grandma had a stroke and was placed in a nursing home facility, that family hub that I fondly remember had ceased to exist. The extended family, including ours, took turns visiting her. Each of us, one by one, update Grandma about her lives, though Grandma can't really communicate the same way that she used to. She communicates by nodding or pointing as a sign that she understands. And it was always hard coming to visit her at a place like this, and mainly because I think we all know that this was the final transitions of her life. It felt so foreign to her, sterile from anything that resembles Vietnamese comfort. Sweet rice was replaced by powder mashed potatoes, and three-colored puddings were substitute for jello. And of course her favorite, betel nut, was now replaced with canned beans. But I think what really surprised me was how long she was able to live after Grandpa passed away and after she had survived that stroke. She lived for 10 years, and I think what really kept her going was the potential of seeing her children and grandchildren as the day progressed. The last time I saw Grandma was January 2015. I remember being the last one in Grandma's room at the time at that nursing home. I kissed her hand and told her I love her, and quietly in my head I wanted to thank her for raising my mom through all these years, for making her the most nurtured, stern, yet loving mom any son can wish for. Thank you, Bang Wai. I love you very much. Con thương bà ngoại nhiều lắm. Nói ông ngoại con nói chào.